What is happening, guys? Cowboy here, and welcome back to another episode of Iceborne Prep. Today, we're going to be taking a look at some updated hammer builds that I got ready to go for the Iceborne expansion. Two builds in particular, one which I like for multiplayer-oriented hunts, and then a second build which is more so going to be for just solo play and smashing your way through things. So the first one is a paralysis hammer build. For this, you're going to want either the Barrett Breaker 3, or if you were lucky enough to get access to the Kjar Numb Hammer. That one is actually really nice. It comes with a 308 paralysis and critical status on it. But if you don't have that, the Barrett Breaker 3 will get the job done just fine. As for our gems, you can see them right there. But pulling this all together with this gear, you'll have earplugs level 5, attack boost at 4, critical eye 4, paralysis attack 3, free element to unlock the paralysis you have available, critical boost, weakness exploit, a free point of handicraft, and then I personally like to go with affinity sliding because I am constantly affinity sliding anytime I have a chance to. So all in all, this works pretty well. With the paralysis up, we actually have a bit higher than 390. That's just the innate paralysis we have on this weapon, but of course we can triple augment it as well, so you can go attack, health, and affinity. And when you pull all this together, you can see we're at 480 paralysis. We have 20 affinity going on. Once we get off our slide bonus, our slide is going to give us 30, putting us up to 50 affinity. And then, of course, after you do that slide using Tenderizer, you can hit 100% affinity, just bonking heads and making sure you get those sick paralyzes. Now, this definitely isn't the highest damaging build, but for a multiplayer setting, I really like this for two reasons. One, the paralysis attack is going to proc, in general, at least twice. On any hunt, you're going to get 2 solid cases of paralysis on the monster that everyone can just whack away. And between the KOs from Hammer and then the paralysis, it's almost like a support-oriented build. To that extent, I really like running earplugs with this hammer build because it just makes sure that you are staying on that head and roars are not interrupting you. Really fun multiplayer set. Moving on from there, we're going to go for more of a meta hammer build, and this is what you want to run when you were just looking to absolutely obliterate the monster's face and turn it into a pulp. Now for this, you would want the Tereth Hammer Sleep. If you weren't lucky enough to get one of those, you could of course get by with the Diablos Hammer instead. And then besides that, it's just, Draken, Empress, Draken. But pretty much just a build that's designed to just smash. We have crit eye at 7, we have attack boost at 4, we have crit boost at 3, weakness exploit at 3, peak performance at 3, 2 points in maximum might, non-elemental boost, and then power prolonger and airborne, of course, just because those are part of the gear. So at a base level, we are sitting at 35% affinity with this. And then, of course, if you're hitting a weak point like the head, that's going to boost us up to 75. And then, of course, we also have Master's Touch as part of the Soul of the Dragon. And the main reason I love the Tereth Hammer Sleep so much is, as you can see, there's a pretty hefty chunk of innate white sharpness on this. And that white sharpness plus Master's Touch means you're pretty much not going to have to sharpen this hammer at all on a hunt. So if you are looking to just, boop something's face into complete oblivion, that is going to be what this hammer is for. It does a very good job at it. But both of these builds are they're completely viable. I think a big thing to remember in Monster Hunter is, obviously hunt with what you find more fun. If you like the paralysis hammer on solo hunts, there's no reason you can't use that. The other one is just more for like, I need something dead and I need it dead now. But anyway, we're going to show off both of these hammers in hunts today. Gonna do some stuff here in Wildspire Waste, another multi-mission, multi-monster hunt, I should say. Pop my max potion. Pop my armor skin. I know I said I was going to do Charge Blade today, but the more I was considering it, I was like, I feel like this build it's practically designed for Wildspire Waste. You have Diablos with the horns, you have Baroth with the big hard head. Like, what is better than just bonking these hard monsters into the ground with a hammer? So, actually, I think if I go this way, I can snatch up some of those parashrooms too on the way. But I will say, doing all this kind of makes me want to record some of my first episodes of Iceborne, like do Iceborne similar to an actual Let's Play series. So we'll see. Because it may be the case that I start playing it and I'm just like, I can't stop playing. I need to play Iceborne now. I need to stream it for 12 hours. There. I wonder where... Where's Kuku at? Well, we can start off with Baroth. Yep. Let's see that footprint. He is... Oh, he's right in front of me. Well, how convenient. Bonk, 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 bonk. Now, with Parahammer, normally you don't do this move I'm about to do a lot when you're playing Hammer, the spin to win. But if you're running a status-oriented build, it's actually pretty good. The motion values on it, they work out really well for something like Paralysis. So, oh, here we go. Can I get this? Oh, I can't. See, there's already our first Paralyze. Not hit me with your rock. It's already done. I mean, it was a cool Yaku, you know. I don't expect too much out of this thing, especially considering it's a high rank monster against super big boy gear sets. The one thing I don't like about this loadout is, as you can see, you go through sharpness fairly quickly. There's a couple different things you can do to help minimize that. I don't know if I brought them along. Yeah, but weight fish fins. If you have plus, weight fish fin plus is a single sharpen and your weapon is full. Weight fish fins, on the other hand, do it in 2 sharpens. Let me go ahead and just update the radial for that. I ran out of them. I have like 1 left, so I really need to do some farming of those things, because they're essentially whetstones, but just way, way better. It's like having built-in speed sharpener. Yeah! Ha-ha! Where do you think you're going, big guy? I'm gonna crack that face of yours wide open. Gonna get a quick sharpen in. That was very rude, Baroth. Oh man, I'm getting mudded too. Bonk. 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 And it's dead. So yeah, I mean, the paralyze, the KOs, just a really fun hammer to run with. All right, this next guy is usually like over here. Go to this camp because I'm gonna switch up to the other hammer for these next 3 hunts. And now for the big boots. The only thing I don't like about this set is that you have to, since you have to use the Empress beta with it, like you basically gotta force everything else. I'm very finicky about my my fashion. I mean, thankfully the Draken armor, you can change the color of it to get pretty close to match what we have going on here with the Empress, but I mean, it's very, I don't even know how to describe it. Just the blue and the gold. It's a very sharp contrast. Another thing, I don't know if I mentioned, the augment for this. You want to augment this with health because this build has peak performance. You want health augment to make sure that you are keeping your health nice and topped off. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that was an even faster kill than the Baroth or the Kuluya Q, which is, like I said, the main reason for having that build is because in multiplayer hunts, being able to get that paralysis, I think, is more valuable than the extra damage you would get. This thing really wants me to end its life. Fishing hammer style. I mean, you never know. Maybe I'll need a Gaju scale at some point. But the next monsters we have are some big boys. Oh, the Rathian and Diablos. Which I did consider running, I did consider bringing out Charge Blade for Diablos. I thought that would have been a lot of fun, but Hammer against Diablos is just as efficient. And so while we're doing all this, I want to point out my sharpness. Keep in mind, I should be able to pretty much kill your Todos, Rathian, and Diablos without ever having to sharpen this hammer. It's just that good with between the crit it has and then Master's Touch and hitting the head. You don't. Sharpening is just the thing of the past. Which, like, let's be honest, why are we sharpening hammers to begin with? Come on, Capcom. It's a hammer. It's a giant blunt object. Sharpness should not matter. There's our buddy Wrath. Put this on just because I don't feel like dealing with Wrath Poison Claws. Wait, where are you going? Get back here. I definitely hit it. It's just like, nah, you know what? I don't feel like fighting over there today. I'm going to fly somewhere very far where you cannot boot me with a hammer. Seriously, where is he going? He's right in the middle of the water area. Alright, he's close. Definitely put on my mantle a little prematurely, but it's alright. This isn't an arc tempered or anything. It's not even a tempered for that matter. Should not be an issue. Oh, you little shit! This Rathian is the epitome of no fucks to give. He's been booped twice now. And both times has been like, nah, I'm leaving. I'm just gonna flash pot him this time. As soon as I see him, you are getting flash potted. And then while you are sitting there struggling to regain your vision, I will begin booping your face. You've wasted my temporal mantle, and for that, death. Oh, here it comes! Oh, I moved up too close. There we go. Nothing like a good mount to start the fight. Not happy about these knives in your eyes? Boom! I always disliked you compared to Rathalos. Come on, Meowmers, help me out here. Is he limping already? Come on, man, I barely touched you. He's just having struggling flying. I was like, oh, that guy. I got a cramp. It's right in my wing. He's definitely struggling. Look at the way he's flying, man. I'll just cut him off at his nest. Man, I was just trying to go out for a... Just looking for snacks, flying around. And then this crazy lady showed up with a giant hammer and started hitting me in the face. Oh, damn it, wrong way. Should have followed the scout flies. I think he's sleeping. Did not think he would go to sleep that fast. I mean, the damage on this thing is honestly absurd. Now we're at 1388 attack, all buffed up. Just a little bit right here. Boom! 672 to the frickin' nose. Like, it's not quite greatsword levels of wake up, but it's pretty damn brutal. Which I haven't really dabbled in greatsword for a while, but greatsword looks like it could be pretty freaking crazy with the new the charged slingshot thing. How like you can block an attack and then charge your slingshot and then just blow something away for easy setups for true charge slash. That looks pretty sick. Here comes the pain train! This is the best thing about Hammer and World! What's the over-under on me breaking both of his horns? I'm gonna go with 100% chance. He's not happy. Treated back into his hovel. Hey, you, come here. Yeah, over here. Damn. Somebody call PETA. There's Diablos abuse happening out here. But yeah, so I mean, they're two very different builds. You know, one obviously focused around the paralysis and the team-oriented aspect with some earplugs to stay on stuff. The other designed to just absolutely pulverize something's face. But yeah, I mean, definitely a lot of fun to play. Like I said, this thing in particular, man, you just do work using something like this. So anyway, thanks for coming on by. I'll catch you guys tomorrow with another update. As I mentioned before, I'm not going to do every single weapon, but I will have one kind of showcasing the new meta charge blade, if you will, and then probably longsword as well, because I know that's getting some pretty spicy changes in Iceborne. So beyond that, we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, thanks for coming by as always. Appreciate the support, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow with another one.